Alright, so guys, there's a massive rumor going around, and I'm fairly confident that this is real. But before we talk about this rumor, I want to give a little bit of a follow-through update about yesterday's video about Wellmeister bankruptcy. So apparently a lot of Wellmeister owners here in China have lost internet access with their cars. They no longer have map navigation in their cars, and also the Wellmeister phone app, which allows them to unlock the car or preheat the car or turn on AC, etc. remotely, does not work anymore. And that's obvious. I mean, like, if the company's bankrupt, of course the internet service providers aren't going to keep on providing internet for free. And I know these guys are just super pissed about it, and of course they're regretting not buying a Neo. And these guys, I mean, like, the repair fees, I mean, if they got to repair the car, it's impossible to get spare parts for the car, and it's pretty much game over for them. I mean, if they get a scratch or a nick or anything, that's repairable, but anything else, game over, man. GG. And this was actually quite a big shocker for a lot of people, and especially because Wellmeister used to be the top seller back in 2020, 2021, one of the top sellers. Damn, that was a tough lesson for them to learn. But anyways, moving on to the massive rumor. The massive rumor is, of course, that NIO has purchased a insurance company and renamed it NIO Insurance Operating Company. That's what it roughly translates to. And the rumor is NIO is entering the insurance game. You guys might be wondering, what? Doesn't NIO already have their own insurance packages? Yes, like I bought insurance package. I bought NIO's worry-free insurance. But part of that is actually co-op with a Chinese insurance company that handles all the actual insurance of the accidents, repair, etc. And then on top of that, there's a service fee that goes towards NIO. So that combines together for the whole package. So you do actually still have to deal with an insurance company that's not NIO. And what ends up happening is actually you do get calls from the insurance company telling you to go sign up for insurance with them directly, avoid NIO and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just part of the natural company process. Back then, I mean, like, it would not make sense for NIO to enter the insurance game because you could be liable for a lot of expensive stuff. But now, it's very interesting because now NIO is approaching NAD, all right? NIO autonomous driving. Right now, the capability is pretty much at that level with NOP Plus on the second gen NIOs, but the differentiating factor between NOP Plus and NAD is, of course, the liability factor. So with NAD, the company has to be liable for the damages. So for example, if you're on NAD, NIO autonomous driving, and you run something and you break something or you crash the car into something, then it should be the autonomous driving company, NIO in this case, that's responsible. So that's why it's not called NAD yet. And to move to that point, to move towards fully autonomous, that the driver can let go of the wheel and just drive itself, and then also not be liable for the damages, then you need this next step forward. Because right now, what tends to happen with all the companies, that has basically L2 plus autonomous driving, is that they're going to be driving most of the time on L2, but right before an accident, it will quit basically seconds before the accident, and you can't say that, oh, I was on the autopilot or whatever when the accident happened, because it was turned off 2 seconds or 1 second before the accident. It just quits, and you know, that's just how the way things work. Doing this is really nice. It not only smooth lines all the fees and everything, makes it more transparent, and of course NIO knows the cost of its parts better than the insurance companies, so NIO can come up with a better insurance deal for NIO owners. And also, of course, when it comes to the next step, NAD, NIO is capable of offering that with their own insurance company. Coverage for NAD, that is the most important thing. So how profitable are insurance here in China? They're actually really, really profitable. So this is actually very, very nice. Most people take good care of their cars and they don't get into random accidents, and people tend to prefer that, but sometimes mishaps happen. But in general, insurance companies do earn a lot of money, and this is probably going to add about 5,000 RMB upwards to about 10,000 RMB per vehicle, per NIO on the road. That's quite decent revenue. So on one hand, they're growing their revenue streams, but then they're also opening up the channel for autonomous driving. So that would be very, very interesting to see. NIO may become the first company that offers fully autonomous cars. I mean, which quote unquote can be owned by a normal person. Now, we already see some of the robo-taxis or those unmanned taxis on the road, but this is different. This is a personal car that can do fully autonomous driving. Obviously, the race is against Tesla. It's pretty clear that this is where NIO is putting a lot of their efforts in. The race is against Tesla for this. And I believe that with NIO's system, visuals plus LiDAR to create a 3D map is much better than just pure visuals alone, because with pure visuals, if you have a billboard that has a person with a stop sign, then the car is going to stop. Or if there's heavy rain, then the cameras are screwed. And NIOs are already capable of AEB, emergency braking, automatic emergency braking, at up to 70 kilometers per hour in heavy rain. That's the advantage of having LiDAR and cameras, because at that speed in heavy rain, you basically can't see anything. The windshield is just completely covered in rain. The cameras are covered. It's pretty much the LiDAR doing most of the work. Obviously, with NAD, it comes with some risks. One of the big risks being that, if the car crashes and does a lot of damage, then NIO has to pay up a big sum of money that could potentially be troublesome. But I think it's very important to take the first brave leap forward to do this. And I don't think any other company in China is doing this at the moment. Nobody's really willing to do this. They just want to sell cars, as many cars as they can. NIO is creating the whole entire ecosystem. So this just really takes us one step further and closer to fully autonomous driving. That's incredible. Now, I have 2 separate videos showcasing NIO's insurance packages and some of the service provided. Now, obviously, the insurance part is covered by Chinese insurance companies, but you can have a good gauge about what the service provides. And here are 2 of those videos. You can watch both of them. I recommend you watch both of them. Get a good grasp about what NIO's service is all about. All right, so click on either one of these 2 videos. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.